So, here's the deal. We have been in quarantine for, I want to say 3 weeks now. And I think it has been 3 weeks. And I'm losing it. I'm not losing it mentally. I'm okay. I feel okay. I'm losing it physically. I don't feel like myself. So I decided to come on here and do this because I need to feel like myself again. I decided today was the day that I would do my makeup and actually feel like myself again. And I do. I feel like myself again. I feel good. Instagrammers and like bloggers and all of these like Insta famous people, they look so beautiful all the time, even when they're just at their houses. And I don't look like that. Like that's just not me. I don't look like that on a regular basis. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels like that, but I definitely do feel like that. I feel like a lot of the time influencers make me especially feel like I'm not doing what I need to be doing, when really I'm just like, we're staying in our houses. I'm not sure what we expect to get accomplished or what we expect to look like, but today I wanted to look better than I usually do, and I think I did it. So if you like what you see on my face, which is hopefully not a lot because I tried to do like a natural everyday what I usually do, but I kind of forgot how to do it because I haven't done it for 3 weeks. So if you like what you see, keep watching because this is my everyday makeup tutorial. Who wants to do their makeup when their hair is in their face? I usually start my makeup routine with like a toner, and then I do serums, and then I do like a caffeine solution on these wonderful bags under my eyes. So I'll start with that. So I start with this Dior toner. It's a good toner. I like it. I don't know what toner does, but that's what I use. My friend, who is a makeup artist, showed me kind of the steps to doing all of this stuff about maybe 2 years ago, and I forget what order to do it in. So we're gonna do it in the order that I do it in. So anyway, and then I take this this like roller thing, and I find that it just wakes up my skin. I don't think it looks like I wake it up, but it feels like I do. And if it feels like I do, it must be making some kind of difference because it's all about me, right? Then I move on to serums. So the first serum I put on is from The Ordinary. It's like it's zinc and something else. Niacinamide? I don't know how to say it. But I find that it really helps just before I put any cream or moisturizer on my face. My skin is super sensitive. And then I just take a little bit of that, like a pea-sized amount, and then I combine it with hyaluronic acid, also from The Ordinary, just to kind of get my skin to have some kind of base on it before I put any like heavy moisturizer or foundation on it. My eyes are so puffy. I don't know how good the camera is. I don't know if you can tell, but my eyes are super puffy and I have these huge dark bags. Still haven't figured out how to deal with my bags because every time I put something on them, it doesn't actually help. So we're still trying to figure that out. But I put this caffeine solution under my eyes and I find that it makes a difference. I put like the tiniest amount. But I do this twice a day and I'm finding that it helps a little bit. Okay, so that's like my base. Then I put like a moisturizer, just like a hydrating moisturizer before I put on any products on my skin, like makeup products. This one's from Dr. Jart. It's called Water Drop. It's my favorite moisturizer in the world. And I went to Sephora the other day and they told me that you can't buy it anymore. Like they stopped making it, and I couldn't be more upset about it. I usually do like a little bit of eye cream because my eyes get really dry and kind of flaky. For dry skin, this is like an ideal routine because Canadian winters are nuts and it's the spring right now, so it's getting a little bit better weather-wise outside, but it's still super cold and my skin is kind of still recovering from being in the cold all winter. So I find that all of these products kind of hydrate my skin before I put anything on, and that I find helps. Then I start with like priming my face. I use this First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Primer. I like it a lot. I think it's really nice. I think it's really lightweight. And I find for my dry, sensitive skin, it's a really nice one. Then I start putting on makeup. I do my eyes first. I prime my eyes before I do anything else. So I use this Dior, it's 2-in-1. It primes and it conceals at the same time. And I love it. I use this stuff all the time. Then I take my, it's pretty wet, beauty blender. I need a new one, it's pretty dirty. I find that it's really nice because it primes my eyes and it conceals them at the same time. Or like it's concealer too. My hair was driving me nuts. Okay, so I use like a pretty lightweight foundation also on my face. It's from Tarte. It's a water foundation. Everything that I use is water-based. Because I find that that just works with my face. My face doesn't do well. I'm not doing this right at all, but whatever. That's foundation. Then I go in with like a powder foundation and a brush. I contour, and then I take, I don't actually use contour. Like I used to use the Kat Von D, I think it's called Shade and Light or something like that. I used to use that one, but I found that it made my face look really gray. So I use this one instead now. It's just a bronzer, but I find that it's a really good bronzer for contouring, which is what I want to do. Just do that kind of on where my cheekbones are non-existent. I make my own cheekbones. I kind of brush it, swoop it up. Once I've done this part, I do my jaw bone. Oh, and I do the top of my face too. That's important. So I do like up here. It brings down my forehead because I find my forehead is large. I take this tiny brush, super tiny brush, and I just do the sides of my nose. And then I do like a little line right where I want it to kind of have a little bit more definition. Then I take my beauty blender and I just kind of blend that out. I know you're not supposed to like rub your beauty blender into your face, but it takes forever to not do that and get the same results, I find, so that's what I do. I blend out everything else and then I move on to my eyebrows, I think. So now I'm gonna move on to my eyebrows. My brows are pretty low maintenance. They're pretty thick and they're pretty dark, so I don't do a lot, but I take this little spoolie brush before I do anything else. I've brushed them up. I'm super into that lately. I find it looks super nice. I use brow powder. I end up looking okay in the end, but it's not great up close, of course. I was at the mall the other day and I got my brows done. Well, I guess not the other day now, it's been like a month. So my brows are actually pretty grown out now, but I don't have a lot of hair on the side of my face. But then the lady that was doing it, she just tweezed them off by accident. So I just have to kind of fill them in anyway. I have to fill them in anyway, like they don't grow very long. So after I've done that, then I brush that through again. I think Kylie Jenner was the person that I got this trick from. I find that it just sets the brow powder a little bit better. And then I do like a gel because my brows don't stay in place unless I put gel. This is from Milk Makeup. It's a good. And then I start on my eyes. So the first thing I do on my eyes, I curl them. I curl my lashes because my lashes are a nightmare. So I just curl those and then I wait about, Charlotte Tilbury says you have to wait 5 seconds. So that's what I do. Wait 5 seconds. I usually wait 10 seconds, maybe 15. Then I put on this Dior primer. And it's a really good primer because it also helps your lashes grow, apparently. For eyes, this is my least favorite part because I'm not very good at doing it. I'm very shaky and I usually just don't do a very good job. I use this Glossier, it's this new product called Skywash. Actually, I don't know if it's a new product, but I know that it's new in matte colors. So I bought it in like this matte, I don't know what the color name is, Pebble. And I just sweep that across my lids. I find that it's just a good base. Everything stays better if I put this on first. And then I kind of just rub that in with my fingers. So I use that. Then I use this is one I use a lot. It's like disgusting, you can tell. This like light pink shade. I like it a lot. And it kind of just brightens up my eyes. It makes them look bigger, I find. So I do that on both my eyes. After I'm done that, then I do like a more neutral tone. It's like a darker brown, purpley color. I just do that in the crease. I think it's called the crease. I think I'm right about that terminology. That did not turn out well. I take this massive, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be for contouring or something, but I use it to blend. And it kind of settles wherever it settles. Like I don't have a good method for doing this at all. And I go a little bit darker with a little bit more of a fine, like like the hairs are closer together on this brush. And I do just a little bit darker from the same color family. So I just take like a tiny little bit and I put it like right at the corner of my eye and I kind of sweep it in just a little bit. Again, I take this huge brush and I blend that out. I sweep it all out. Once that's done, I get rid of that for a second and I take like a black, like a super dark eyeliner and I go underneath my eyes. Okay, here's my ultimate tip because this is something that I've never been able to do, but I started doing this with a Kleenex recently and it helps me a lot because I'm so shaky. So I get like this angled brush. I'm pretty sure it's for eyebrows, but I use it for my eyes. So I need a Kleenex. Okay, so I take this Kleenex and then I kind of fold it. So I have the black shade here. It's just like a dark black eyeshadow. I never use liquid liner anymore because I can't, and every time I do it I get very frustrated. And I find that this is just a better way to do it. Eyeshadow as eyeliner is like the best thing I ever figured out. So I usually just take it and I start at the corner of my eye and I kind of just sweep it out. So then I just go back in before I do anything else and I blend. I blend for a very long time. After I'm done that, then I start with my cheeks. I got this stuff from Glossier very recently called Cloud Paint. Cloud Paint. It's amazing. It's just very tricky because it comes out very fast, so you gotta be careful. But this is Cloud Paint in Puff. It also doesn't match what it looks like on the bottle, but it's really nice. This is very stressful, what I'm about to do. So I take it on my ring fingers, I think that's what they're called, and I start patting. And I kind of pat up, rounded part of my Beauty Blender, and I kind of pat it in. I put it on my nose and I put it on my cheeks. I just take another cheek color. This is NARS. NARS blush is fantastic, highly recommend. Okay, the final step is mascara. This is the only mascara that I use. I have like a million of them and I don't actually know which one is the new one. you get it all over your eyelids, that's fine. I don't ever apply to the corners just because I don't love how it looks. I just apply to the outsides. And I sweep them out, and I sweep the bottom lashes out too. Final step, I guess, is lips. I love this one from Charlotte Tilbury. It's called Lip Cheat in the color Pillow Talk. I find that it looks pretty natural in the end, but I just overline. I find that my lips do this little kind of dip, and I overline them like just a tiny bit so that the dip goes away. Then I go in with like any day, like kind of lip balm. Last thing, I completely mess up everything. Why would eyeshadow and mascara be any different? I get all of these tiny little flakes and I wait for them to dry. It works the best if you wait like 10 minutes for it to dry. But then once it does dry, it's like fantastic. Like just quickly, very lightly dab in the places where I feel like it's really, really bad and really smudged. Did I get on the other eye too? Probably. So, final results are this, which I find actually doesn't look half bad most of the time, especially if you look at it from far away. This is probably as good as it's gonna get. So, final result, not that bad. I really find that this is easy. So those are my little tips and tricks to doing this to your face without actually knowing how to do any of this to your face. So that's the tutorial. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me if you hung out the whole time. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you the next time I do something like this. Okay, bye.